live chat. There we go. I have to switch it over to live chat on the computer. There we go. Hey, how's it going? Okay, is that stable? I can see the chat, and that's oh no, actually, let's give me a second, folks. Let me just pop this out over here so that I can. There, that's better, right? How's it going, everybody? How's it going? I tell you, life with the Wolfies, folks. You're getting a tea break. We're going to talk about the Sunday live stream and why I actually made it private. Hey, Danoof. Okay, let's move this over just a little bit here. Let me say hi to everybody. I have to look under my camera here to pop out the participants. Ann Lewis, Danoof, Julie Skuga, Melody Ray, Edie Murray, Sandra Moore, Sherry Leach, Southpaw Studio, Steven Seedfeld. How's everybody doing? Now, let me just... Oh, my goodness. Participants. Okay, we're back to chat. Fiona B, Janet Fitton, Betty Randall. Wow, Mrs. V. Oh, what a haul I got yesterday. $100 worth of deli sandwich sliced chicken for $19. That's all I gotta say. Ooh, good haul, baby. Let me open my window a little bit. You're gonna get a few live streams while I'm resting. Not really resting. It's a really busy, stressful time of year. It's not like busy as in your garden, because that's never stressful. That's just working with life, right? Oh, do you want to see what I did? What is the beautiful thing hanging there in the back? That's my cloudscape above my winter sky, which I have to take the snowflakes off of. Do you want to see the stars? But it's, see, that's my cloudscape. Hey, Denise, how are you? I'll post a picture on the Connected Hearts. Absolutely, you do that. Hey, Lori Cook. So, hi, Julie. All right. So here's what's going on. I got some good news today, I think, as far as YouTube, AdSense, Google goes. I just heard from the lawyer. Now, just this week, I got a notice from AdSense. Remember, Google owns Google AdSense and YouTube. Okay. Hey, Urban, Becky, can you message me your full name, because I've got a lot of Rebeccas, and I want to make sure I got everybody in order, right? So, hey, Lori Cook, Donna Law, Lockie Anderson, Deborah Godin. Wow, we're getting a full house today. So, all right, I'm gonna stop saying hi, Pam. Deborah, I'm going to stop saying hi for a second, okay? So the lawyer wrote to Google a couple of weeks ago, and then boom, AdSense sends me a confirmation that I fixed the problem in July. They basically said, yep, you did that. And then they gave me tax forms for the IRS because they've already sent 2021s away. And I'll never see that money again. But the thing is I can apply for a tax credit, but a tax credit for that money being taken. But I didn't know that when I had my taxes. So there's going to be some back and forth between there, but I believe that we are seeing the end of the road for the bull crap with AdSense, YouTube, Google. Finally, I love YouTube. It's brought me you. It brought you to me. It's expanded my life. And yeah, if they're a little weird about saying some things, well, that's their right, I guess. Right? But the truth is, YouTube and I have had a relationship for close to 13 years. 12 and a half years I've been on YouTube. And I'm not going to throw out the baby with the bathwater just because I made a mistake and they're too big of a machine to realize the mistake without me hiring a lawyer. You know what I mean? Hey, Carolyn Benjamin. Hey, Stephen. Thank you, Danoof. Pam, Michelle. I got released from the hospital yesterday having saddleback pulmonary blood clots that stretched across both lungs. A leg clot and a weakened heart. I got to the emergency room in time. Oh my God, Becky. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Team Mama Dukes. Yes, today is technically my day off. Now I got to tell you the truth, guys. I made a crock pot supper with, when I made the sausage meatloaf? Excuse me. My skirt is riding up. So it's a skirt, really, but I just want to be comfortable while we're talking, right? So hopefully we're seeing the end of that, and I'm going to show you what I did to my plants. I honestly think I got a bad bag of soil. Hard to believe that I paid $18 for a bag of soil that is just dead. It's not, things are growing, but it's just water you're giving me. There's no nutrients. So I'm going to show you a few things I did. And yeah, comfort is everything. Oh, I know it'll work out, Malka, but it's been you got to think about this. Like the folks from the Sunday Live are gonna, say, wow, Howie and I had a spat. I was live and he made a comment and it was like, so, it's called Life with the Volfies, right? Life with the Volfies. But it got real for a few minutes, right? So, I said to Howie today, I said, I may have to do an apology video. He said, for what? I said, you and I had a little spat there, and then I defended myself after you left the room, and I was pissed. And he said, Bev, I thought it was on your Life with the Volfies channel. I went, yeah. And he goes, it's Bev, it's Life with the Volfies. Yes, nothing changes the love we feel for each other, the support we give each other. Nothing changes that. We're not all rosy, merry sunshine all the time. We have been married. We have been together for almost 32 years, right? So, I mean, it'll be, what will it be? Next year, it will be our 30-year wedding anniversary. And we were together for 3 years before that. So, hey, Simply Jessica, how are you, darling? Absolutely prayers for healing. How is Papa feeling since his heart attack? Are we going way back then? That was August. This is the thing, all right? One of the reasons I'm taking a bit of time off right now, and you're going to get a video of tonight's supper. I'll explain. Remind me meatloaf. Okay, remind me meatloaf. Oh, frig, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, Howie's heart attack. One of the reasons, people caught a bit of our stress and our angst on Sunday is because we've had, like everybody else, we've had a really rough couple of years, right? We got the pandemic. And then Howie blew his rotator cuff. Then he got laid off. Then he changed jobs because the folks that laid him off weren't going to bring him back for the kind of pay we needed to live on. It was going to be less than what he was getting on unemployment insurance. Then, so he took a lesser paying job to fill the void, to get back into things. Then he had a heart attack, right? And then he's changed jobs again, back into a job where that he's more it's more lucrative for him, a little bit more. But I mean, and then there's been, so you got to take all that into consideration. You got to take into consideration he was off sick for a bit in November, and I have been losing 30% of my, I thought it was 25. I looked at the forms. It was 30%. I've been losing 30% of my income right off the top for 10 months. So we've been a little stressed. But you know why? It's all good, right? Absolutely very blessed. People, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we've been a little stressed, but we've coped amazingly well, right? We're into year 3 since all this stuff started, right? And we've gotten along a lot farther than a lot of people. We've managed a lot better than a lot of people. So we've got a lot to be grateful for. So if you saw a few tense moments on Life with the Wolfies, it's called Life with the Wolfies for a reason. Well, I'm in a better mood today. I've talked, my phone's been ringing off the hook. I've talked to the lawyer. I've talked to my accountant. I've been trying to do this Life with the Wolfies tea break, but it just keeps getting interrupted by phone calls. So I've put my... You say something, Harold? Did you hear that mule? That mule next door? Sorry, folks. I felt like I had to respond. No, that's next door. That's next door. So, see what I mean? The window's open. This is what I mean with, for my reading channel, I can't do recordings in the summertime because windows are open and fans are going and pool pumps are running, right? It was a mule next door, not a riot. So, sorry about that. So I forget where I was. Oh, meatloaf. Right, meatloaf. The meal, not the man. I heard nothing, and my hearing is still acute. Oh, it was a donkey, or not a donkey, because I love mules and donkeys. I do, right? I have them for pets, but they're just, hay burners, right? And I got nowhere to keep them. So, Howie's on his way home, and I made a video. Remember when I did the Italian sausage meatloaf and I said that's going to do 4 meals? Well, we had supper, and then Howie had lunch the next day. And then I made the meal I'm making tonight. But I made a cup of medicated tea, and it was so strong that I couldn't finish filming the video. So maybe I can. Andrew, darling, how are you? We're coping because we have support and encouragement from like-minded beings. Absolutely. For patrons, there will be no live streaming on Rumble. I've asked StreamYard for my money back because I bought the $25 a month plan so that I could stream to Rumble. Nobody wants to, you can stream Rumble through YouTube and Facebook, but it's a freedom of speech platform. So if you stream it through Facebook or YouTube, you're going to get dinged. So the thing is, or maybe not, I don't know. But the thing is paying for streaming software like StreamYard wasn't going to give me chat capabilities. And it was just more than my poor fried brain could do. So I tried like 5 times to go live on Rumble, and you saw me on Rumble, but there was no talking, and they were going to make you pay for the chat. It's like, nah. So Rumble's going to continue to be the freedom of speech, think and speak outside the box channel. Hi, Big Rims. How are you? CV, Kim Solomon, Jacqueline Green, and Lewis. So anyway, I think I shut him up, by honking back at him. I think I shut him up. So you didn't see the third meal of the meatloaf, or I didn't show you me making sandwiches for Howie's lunch or anything like that. But you didn't see the third, because I got Howie, right? So today I'm repeating the process. I did it last week, so I had to wait because I can't give Howie the same meal twice in the same day, like two or three. Give it a break in between meals, right? We are simple. We eat simply as it is. How is Gracie today? We're coping because we have no choice. That's right. Gracie's snoozing on the couch. You want to see Gracie? Oh, madame! People request your presence, Miss Princess. Madame, come and say hello. She's snoozing on the couch. She's been laying in the sun today. Like it's sunny with cloudy periods is today. So, anyway, right, meatloaf. So I'm making a special meal tonight, and it's in the crock pot, and you're going to get a video probably what's today? Tuesday, probably Thursday. Okay. But I am still going to be doing videos. It's just I'm getting to the end of all of this extra stuff I've got to get done. And for folks on Life with the Wolfies, the recipe box, there will be recipe box videos coming, but once I start gardening and swimming, I will not be touching those papers, right? It will have, like the reading with Beverly Wolfie, it'll have to be put away till fall. So I'm doing my best to get stuff done, but it's just there's so much going on. Because once garden season starts, it is on. Kentucky is cold and rainy. I'm making meatloaf tonight. Love the ideas for leftovers. Well, I'm doing something completely different with that leftover meatloaf. Like anybody can put a frozen meatloaf in a crock pot, add potatoes, carrots, and an onion, and pour a can of soup over it or a can of gravy over it and be done. Yes, I'm using soup, and that's all I'm going to tell you. Okay. Which apple pie? Hey, Omilla, how are you? So, and I don't know if I told you guys this, I remade my stew. And I used dehydrated potatoes, fresh onions, fresh carrots. And because the potatoes were dehydrated, it thickened better. And I did it in the Instapot. But I just dredged and seared my meat in the frying pan first. And I'll do a video on it. I'll do a video on it when we have stew again. And stew weather is leaving. Right? So, I'm glad. I'm ready for garden season. Oh, yeah. Well, you want to go see the babies? Now, what I've had to do, I'm going to explain to you. I'll show it to you. And I'm going to put my hand over the camera so you don't get seasick as I walk. Okay? Oi! Oi! Okay, here we go. Where is the thing? Here it is. Okay. Whoops. All right. Yes, it's a mess. Now, see my celery? All bleached out. We were talking about this. And my leeks. That's 2 packages of leek seeds, guys. I lost my oregano. And see how bleached out everything looks back there? Well, these, I've started thyme and rosemary. These, if you remember, they were all in those individual little seed things. These are peppers, and these are peppers and cabbage. And there's the only surviving tomato plant out of all of those. Now here there's 2 little pepper plants there. Here is my tomatoes. And what I did was, instead, I had them in a much shallower dish. And I honestly think the soil is dead. So what I did is I took a deeper dish, and I put fresh pro-mix soil in the bottom, and I just lifted these out of the shallow dish they were in and put them in on top and watered them, and they're already looking much, much more perky. And my cabbage, I think somebody put the wrong thing in the cabbages because most of these seem to be red. So, yeah, there's my onions. They're the only thing that seems to be doing it. So what I've done is I take my organic fertilizer that Howie got out of the greenhouse once the snow went down, and I reconstituted it because it had dried out, and I add a half a teaspoon to a gallon jug, because everything else that is like, this is new soil, that's new soil, that's new soil, that's new soil, but and underneath the tomatoes is new soil, but everything else is that dead soil. And so I have to fertilize it. Right? So that's what's going on. I mean, look at my poor sage. The reason I figured this out as dead soil or really low soil is, look at the ginger. I planted this in a bunch of soil that was from a bunch of different flower pots and just shoved the ginger in there. And look at it. I mean, seriously, this was Pro Mix? No, something wrong there. So let's go back into the office. Let's go back into the office. Oh, I got to show you. I put sheets. Oops. I put sheets around this table so that, A, it cuts back on the glare of the light when we're watching television, but it also helps reflect the light back. Okay, we're walking again, so I don't want you to get seasick. I couldn't see the chat while I was at the table, guys. Now, this is a new phone with a new case, and it really does not like going into this holder. So, yeah, I'm going to be tilted here. Oh, hang on, folks. There we go. There. Okay. What did I miss? Apple pie. Well, you know what? Oh yeah. It's on. I'm pissed, Stephen. Oh, the tulips are popping in Milwaukee. That's questionable with the soil. You know, I have no idea, right? But I'm giving it fertilizer. But I'm not obviously fertilizing it every time I water. I only give it a little tiny, like a half a teaspoon, because that stuff was really strong. Give it a little, like a half a teaspoon every other day. And it seems to be helping. No, I don't water my plants from the bottom. I water them from the top. Some plants I do. Some house plants I do. I'm just having a weird time because I'm worried, right? And I said to Howie last night, I think I'm just giving the wrong energy to the plants. Like, I'm so focused on production that I haven't been talking to them. It's all mommy babies and all that stuff. Howie laughs at me, but I haven't been talking and giving my energy to the plants, and so we'll see. We'll see. Oh, well, that's great. I'm telling you, my soil, that bag of soil was dicey. It had to be, right? Somebody sent me an email saying, even if the soil has organic stuff in it, think about that the grass the cattle ate to get that organic poop. There's no such thing as organic soil anymore. There's pesticides and everything. So, and it's really hard on seedlings. That's what I heard. I'm not too tense. I'm doing fine. Hey, Melissa. My broccoli has started touching the dome of cell pack, so just took them out and going to let them chill on the counter. That's a thing with some plants. Once they come through the soil, take the dome off, the humidity dome off, or they can dampen off really easy. Hey, Karen. I just reaped 6 ginger plants and a lot was pretty impressed. Well, this was a little nugget with a green thing on it. So I planted it just to see. And this summer it's going to hang outside. I don't know how long you got to grow a ginger plant. I started that one in the fall. Boil hot pepper, strain the juice after 24 hours and spray on plants to keep bugs away. taught me how to make watermelon jelly. No, Kelly, I didn't. I've never made watermelon jelly. But thank you. I revitalize my compost with fish blood and bone meal annually. I've used the same compost for the last 4 years. Well, I'm going to, if I can afford it, just saying, I'm going to get in a truckload of garden soil, sifted garden soil this year. Because I get new fresh soil, top my beds up with fresh soil every year, right? But this time I'm going to get sifted garden soil just because I want to give them a real nutrient boost, right? Hey, Timothy. Is it late to plant seeds right now indoors? No, not if you get on it right away. You're supposed to have 8 weeks. And that's April and most of May. So I'm under the wire. I'm cutting it close with my herbs and my tomatoes and stuff. But we'll see, right? I just don't trust that I may be able to get the plants that I want, and that's why I start them. I haven't really bought, except for a couple of herbs. I haven't bought started plants in a long time. Hey, Freaky, how are you? Oh, it was strawberry jelly, but I got courageous and did watermelon. Good for you. How did it turn out? I still have to make jam. I still have to make blueberry blackcurrant jam from last summer. Hey, Rose, how are you? Danny from Deep South Homestead had trouble with feeding his cows with hay that had Crazen SP and had trouble with some of the organic cow manure that was likely fed bad hay. Well, there you go. There you go. Soil compost mix. Yes, I'm getting new soil, but I'm also, I've got soil from last year still out there, and I'm just going to turn that over, right? So, I've been saving my coffee grounds and my eggshells and stuff like that, and I'm going to be soon putting them through the blender with some Epsom salts for my tomatoes and stuff. I reaped ginger when I saw it flowered. Okay, well, that's something to look for. Well, I see something of a tea break yesterday. Yeah, there was a tea break yesterday. So second time had to double the pectin. It didn't set the first time, but it made good watermelonade. There you go. There you go. Anyway, so I just wanted to catch you guys up on what was going on. There's a lot going on. We're not, I still have to get a pool liner. As soon as the rest of the snow is gone, Howie's going to be on poop duty because I feed her, I bathe her, I water her, I put her in and out all day long. Okay. But he gets poop duty. Okay. I'm going to try sardines in my soil. I have a piece of fish in my freezer that I know shouldn't be in there because I know it was a thawed thing at one point. How do I do that? Do I dry it and then break it up and compost it? Or is that fish going to attract? Or do I puree it and cook it and use the water? Like if I can use that I've got that piece of fish. It's one of the reasons I didn't throw it out is because I thought, ooh, compost fertilizer, right? So what else is new, Bev? I don't bake the eggshells, T. Mama Dukes. I toast them. Yes, you can bake them. All winter long, I have had a big, there's where my stainless steel bowl was. I have a big stainless steel bowl sitting on my wood stove, and all winter long, while that wood stove was running, every day I just threw my eggshells in there. And every once in a while I go by and go crunch, 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 and they just dried and toasted all winter long. So they're ready. Well, you can throw the fish in the soil, but then there's raccoons, right? You know what I mean? I don't want. See, that's the thing. That's one of the reasons you toast your eggshells. Because raccoons are egg crazy. They don't kill chickens to eat the chickens. They kill chickens to dig the eggs out of them. Sorry to say. right? So that's why I toast my eggshells. So I'm asking somebody else what should I do with this one piece of fish to maximize the fertilizer I'm going to make with everything. Use it, Bev, for fets. I don't get it. Raw fish. Try the coffee grounds. So what I might do is I might put a piece of fish on the dehydrator and just dry it out. Not cook it, just dry it out. And then grind it in. Yeah, and then grind it in with the coffee grounds and the eggshells. Yeah, I'm going to order some worm castings too. No, I did not leave it for another harvest. I live in Trinidad, so we plant all year round. That's right. That's right, O'Milly. You do live in Trinidad. I keep thinking it's Yellowbird that lives in Trinidad, but I forgot it's you. Dig it deep into the soil. Isn't it just fish bones? I don't know. Cut it up and plant it frozen. Brilliant under tomatoes. Maybe do an experiment with side-by-side planting. There's an idea. Yeah, I don't use it for fertilizer. That's an abbreviation. Oh, sorry, honey. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to keep it. Now, I forgot what I was talking about. This is why I'm taking some time off. I want to get my house back in order. I mean, I made bread yesterday. Didn't make a video for y'all. Everybody's seen me make bread, right? But we made spaghetti and we had fresh homemade bread with butter and garlic on it. And I had leftover noodles and leftover sauce, put it in a baggie and threw it in the freezer. I'll figure out something with that one day too. Blend the fish with water and then put in whole when you plant. Okay, there's lots of really good ideas. Did I hear right? The money they took, you'll never get? Yeah, think about it this way. I'm a Canadian and I'm going to ask now they gave me the forms. AdSense gave me the forms to get my money back from the IRS. But that is a long and complicated, torturous process for a Canadian. I hear it's long and torturous for you all Americans. So what the lawyer is talking about is, even though my Canadian taxes have been filed, he's going to, I think, do kind of an application for a foreign tax credit with Revenue Canada. I don't know how that's going to work, but I hope I get some of it back. That's all I get. But it's not going to be, I'm not going to get any of that. It's just going to come in the form of a tax credit. And hopefully I won't have to pay as many taxes this year. But hopefully the money they've taken from January, February, and March, that they will give that back to me, because I think they operate yearly or quarterly. But even so, if they operate quarterly, we're still within the first quarter of 2022, so they would still have the money on hand. So, all right. Oh, Yosha, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't even see you. Take care, sweetheart. Mwah. Sun Twist Acres Homestead. My husband puts it in the soil frozen, and we have never had a problem with raccoons. Okay. Maybe what I'll do is, because it's in a little, it's just a vacuum sealed piece of white fish. It's not that big. But, oh, you know what I might do? I may puree it in the blender with water and freeze it in ice cube trays and just put little cubes in the things I want it in. Because I don't necessarily want to mix it in with everything, right? But I bet you I could make it go really a long way. I do hope it resolves itself. I've had to jump through a lot of hoops. You're right. And I've had to deal with 30% less of my income for last 10 months. While Howie's had a heart attack, been laid off, changed jobs 3 times, been off sick, blew a rotator cuff. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we were a bit snappish at each other on Sunday, but the truth is that's just like a vent going, and now we're like in solution mode, and it's all working itself out. It's all good. You don't get to 32 years in July. On July 4th, it'll be 32 years since we jumped the broom. July 31st, 2023 will be 30 years legally married. You know what I mean? Hey, Mama Cat! They packed up the dining room, packed up a complete family setting for 38. That was a project. Oh my God, Stephen. Are you ever going to have like an antiques sale? Like seriously, dude. I'd fucking come to Milwaukee. Sorry. What's going on, Tammy? COVID took my husband October 11th. We were together 30 years. How old was your husband, honey? I'm really, really, really sorry to hear that. Everybody I know who COVID has taken has been, over 60. So, I'm really, really sorry to hear that, honey. Yeah. June 11th will be our 25th. Really, Melissa? Bravo. 52. Wow. I'm not prying, but did he have any underlying conditions? Like COPD, emphysema, bad heart, you know what I mean? Because those are underlying factors that have taken a lot of people because of this super flu, right? June 11th, 25th. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No, I really am, honey. Thank God it's pretty much over, eh? Like seriously, the worst of it, like it's at the point now where we just got to live with it. It's the new flu. It's it's the new, I'm just really glad Howie and I got sick in November because our natural antibodies have been beefed up really big time. So sorry, honey. Wow, you guys been together since you were just kids, eh? Like when Howie and I met, he was 23. And we didn't get married until he was 26. And I still think that's really young. My son had 2 friends that died from, oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, it's been a hell of a couple of years for everybody. Like I said, we are really, really fortunate. We haven't lost anybody except a couple of dear friends, elderly friends. But we haven't, Howie, even though he was laid off and even though he blew a rotator cuff and he had a heart attack, for the most part, he's been able to work. My income's been, but mostly ours has all been income impact related, not so much our health, unless you count a heart attack, a blown rotator cuff, and us, Howie losing a week's work in November because we were both really sick for like 3 weeks. So, hey, Fiona B. So, and I'm really sorry to say, but that's something we cannot talk about. I can't read those comments with the C word in them because it's become a C word to YouTube, right? Yeah. I filled you in on the reading with Beverly Wolfie. I'm going to do my best to finish Anne's House of Dreams before summer hits. I'm going to try and do some more recipe box videos before summer hits because once summer hits, those are down. And it's garden, right? And dealing with the heat. So, you know what, Stephen? I think that's a cute question because I thought about it for a second and I realized I'm minimizing my life now. My Friendly Village dishes came out of the china cabinet and are in my cupboard being used on a daily basis, except for Howie, he uses a pie plate. And some of them got chips in them now. And the thing is I got to the point where I heard my father say, Bev, it's just stuff. If you're not using it, get rid of it. So I put all my Friendly Village dishes in the cupboard. And that the china cabinet they were in is being busted down, like how he's taking the top off because it's in two pieces that are just kind of held together with strapping on the back. My other china cabinet is in one piece, so it's not going anywhere. But we're taking the top off that china cabinet and he's going to measure the bottom to make sure it will fit where our table dinette used to be in the motor coach. We never sat at the table. We would never have sat at the little dinette thing that he replaced. It had a dinette. Howie took it out. He built me a proper cupboard beside the bed. And then we put in the table and chairs. Well, we never used them. Stuff got piled under them and top of them, and we never really used them after the first year or so. So what I want to do is I want him to measure the bottom half of that china cabinet, because they have magnetic doors, right? They click together really nice and tight. And if it will fit in the dinette area, he's going to rip that ugly carpet up and put down some lino, right? And then we're going to put the lower half of the china cabinet in there so that we can have our new wave oven. We can have the toaster. We can have a coffee maker all on top when we're parked. And when we're moving, it can just go into the cabinet underneath. It's more storage for a place that was just being used to fire stuff at. You know what I mean? Oh, 72 years. God, they must have been kids when they were married, eh? I'm so impressed with you and all you do. The hand quilting alone. I have a long arm, but it doesn't have a stitch regulator. I can't seem to get it to stitch evenly. I wouldn't know how to operate a long arm. But there is another quilt coming. And remember I said I'm done doing quilts, except for the ones I've already started? Well, I have to make another one. And it's going to be for a 1-year-old, a toddler. So I've got ideas in my head. So that's going to be coming up too, right? There's a lot of stuff coming up. Excuse me. But right now, I'm just trying to catch my breath. I'm really just trying to catch my breath. Okay, yes, and Howie's going to be home any minute. Don't be impressed, Melissa. Everything we do is just a learning curve in how we are functioning in life. I mean, if nothing else, these last 2.5 years have taught us that, when the going gets rough, you got to figure it out. What are you going to do? Just say, I don't want to do this anymore. Right? You just can't, right? So, I mean, it's just one day at a time. Right. So Stephen, it's not that it's just stuff. Okay. Not to you. I know what all of that stuff really means to you. But me personally, I'm going more minimalist. I'm getting rid of stuff because it's just a bitch to clean around. It's a bitch to move. It's a bitch to do things when you paint. I want to get rid of the couch eventually and just buy 2 couches and have a corner table there. Because you know what? The corner of an L-shaped couch is wasted space. It's just wasted space. There could be a table and a lamp there. And then it's easier to move around the living room when you want to rearrange stuff, right? My hubby is my hands in the garden. I keep moving. Can't make quilts anymore. Yeah, I have rheumatoid arthritis in here, and it's getting really bad. This winter it was bad. So I'm going to be piecing together this quilt at some point, and I've got an idea of how it's going to be a twin. For a change, it's going to be a twin quilt. And I'm going to be, or maybe a double, right? I'm going to be piecing together this quilt over the summer, and then in the fall, winter, when canning's done, I'm going to be quilting it over the winter. And then giving it as the gift in the spring, right? Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Melissa. That's right. Anyway, guys, it's been 45 minutes. Howard's on his way home, and I have to go check on supper. And I'm sorry if when I talk to you guys, you see me looking this way. What I'm doing is I'm actually talking to my own image. But the problem is the camera's way over here. And so, unless I'm looking at this little black dot while I talk, it's very distracting. When I talk to myself, I feel like I'm talking to a person. Does that make sense? I still have boxes of stuff in the garage. I put them there when I moved here 20 years ago. Maybe I don't need what's in the boxes. Exactly, Andrew. I've got boxes down the basement that I'm going to be getting Howie to bring up that are family photographs in frames. When we lived in our house in Elmer, I had a really 4-foot wide hallway off my living room going from the front door to the kitchen. It had big window cutouts on either side of the doorway going into the living room. I painted that hallway sage purple. And then I bought silver paint and I cut out moons and stars and things. And I sponged moons and stars all over it. And then I put up a big antique mirror, just a big antique mirror, no wooden frame or anything, on one wall. And I put up black wrought iron candle holders on either side. And then I filled the walls with black and white photos in black frames. It was a beautiful effect. I think I have a picture somewhere, but it was pre-YouTube. So I have all those pictures downstairs and I need to go through them because I just printed them. I just found them, printed them off in black and white and just filled my wall. And it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. The purple was the only color. It was black, white, silver with a background of sage purple, muted sage purple. It was really lovely. So the recipe box are on your videos in Life with the Wolfies. Hang on a second. Let me just do this. Let me just go here. I'm going to give you guys my Life with the Wolfies channel. I don't do much here yet, but there is stuff, right? And it's where all the racing live videos are, when we're at the races and Howie runs a race and I live stream it. That's all on Life with the Wolfies, right? I really don't do live streams on this channel much. I will do them occasionally for the next 6 weeks while I get my stuff together for gardening season, right? But in the meantime, there's not going to be a whole lot of videos, but you're going to get a couple of cooking videos this week and next week, all right? Listen, I got to go. I got to go stir dinner and vacuum my living room rug and pick up Gracie's. Gracie! Gracie, come here! Unless she's outside. No, she's been outside so many times today, Lane. And Gracie! Come here and see Mom. Here she comes. Everyone wants to say hi. Come here. Come on. Come and see Mom. Come up and say hi to everybody. We disturbed her nap. Oh, the baby. Any proof? You need proof she's my baby? Right for the boobies. She heads right for the boobies. Oh, my baby. That's so are. That's so are. Do you know how much I love you? Do you know how much I love you? Watch. Oh, she likes the backs of her legs scratched. Oh, all the way up her back. You want a treat, my baby? Oh, big yawn. We wake you up. Here, have a treat. Look at that wiggle bum. Look, that's so saucy. There you go. Get that boogers out of your eyes. Hold still. You got a booger in your eye. Hold still. You got a booger. And that's just nasty, isn't it? Let's get it. There. Let me see this eye. You were snoozing, weren't you? You got sleepies in your eyes. Okay, you can have one more and that's it. Okay. I love you. Is Daddy home? She just went in mid-chew. I gotta go check and see if Daddy's home. Yeah, she's my. I thought about this. I was saying this to Howie last night. We were watching TV. Oh, I swear I'm allergic to dogs. I just won't give up the fight. I was saying to Howie last night, Gracie got up on the couch. Like, Gracie and I have this unspoken communication. We do. We talk, right? I understand. I talk vocally to her, but she's either sending me stuff telepathically, or her body language is so well done and her vocabulary is so well done that we really communicate well. Anyway, we're watching, I think it was Supernatural last night, because we're rewatching the entire series. We're in season 2. And Gracie got up on the couch. She took Daddy her toy, and then she took Daddy a bone. And I said, Howie, give her some attention. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, she's bringing you stuff. She just wants. So then he said, come here, Grace. So she got up on the couch, onto the back of the cushions, and laid behind him. I wasn't calling you. She just came to tell me you lied to me. He's not home. And she got up on the back of the cushions and laid across the back put her head across the back of his shoulders and breathed on the back of his neck. He was like, whoa, right? And I said, think about this, Howie. Do you have any idea how many dogs that we've been parents to? And you think about this, when you have a pet, they are your pet for their entire life, unless you get a rescue animal, right? We've been Gracie's mommy and daddy since she was 6 weeks old. And she's now like 40, 45 years old. She's 6 years old, 42 years old, roughly. So, she's closer to our age now, right? And I'm not looking forward to, never mind, I'm not going to say it. But I just realized how much animals and animals' love and that have played in our lives. I don't know what I'd do without my dogs. Even if it's just Gracie, because she won't let me have anybody else. Right? I can't even go, oh, look at Daddy, oh, the baby. When we're driving in the car, she goes, who? Where? Who are you talking baby talk to? Right? That's her, literally, right? And there's people can walk right up to the car, and sometimes they can't. Depends on she sees their energies, I swear it. Anyway, hi Lauren, how are you, darling? We have 2 dachshunds, and they are my babies, Sugar and Spice. Like, I remember we were not always these wonderful dog parents. All right, there were times when we had a dog. Once we had a dog that was chained out all year round, and I'll never do that again. I realize now, after having many, dogs over the years, that they are sentient, loving beings. Do you know that the brain chemistry of a dog, when it sees its owner, they've mapped this with electrodes and stuff, that when a dog sees its owner, especially a dog that's well loved, right? Its brain waves do the exact same thing that my brain waves do when I see Howard. So tell me dogs don't love, right? This is Mrs. Volfie saying, I got to go do dinner. Thanks for joining me for the live stream, and I might do one next week. So we'll see, okay? Look for some cooking videos and some more plant update videos. I'll update the plants in a little while and show you how they're doing, okay? Take care. God bless, and we'll talk to you again soon. Mwah! Love you guys.